elevated, now it's my time to shine, yeah, let's go. Graduated, elevated, now it's my time to shine, yeah, let's go. Major moves, power moves, take it to the top one time non-stop. Gotta go, gotta flow, take it to the...
Yeah, I think, most people, they don't understand the fact that when you have a business, essentially it is your child, in the sense of you're getting money from somewhere to feed the child. And as you've explained, to say, when your finances stopped elsewhere, that impacted your business. That's your vision. And, it takes a lot to work a full-time job and still have a brand that you're trying to grow. And some people, it happens overnight, as we've seen stories online, and some people it will take you maybe 5 years. I think I met somebody, she's into manufacturing, she's actually got manufacturing size, and it took her 10 years to actually get out of a deficit, because she was like, I can't give up halfway because I've got people on my books that I pay salaries to. And every day when she was about to give up, she just couldn't, because someone would say, oh, I'm pregnant. And then she'll think, oh no, I can't. And that kept her going, whether for the right or wrong reasons. But now she's got, all the money that she didn't think that she could ever have out of the business. But then, when you're telling somebody within a 10-year span to say, this is my business, I'm actually in minus every day when I get an invoice in paid, it's going to cover A, B, C, D. The salaries are late. I don't know what to do. It's a difficult place to be in. So thank you so much for sharing, which leads me on to the next question. You do a lot of charity in terms of working with vulnerable youth and adults, and you mentioned this previously in terms of food, housing. Could you take us through that? What is the passion behind that?
Because I always, when I was 20 years old, I started voluntarily work when I was 20 years old, because I only believe that uh, when I was interacted with my mom, and when I was in a school and college, I was always think that I have to take a part in this. I have to take a part. I was not a backbencher that time. I always believe to, go ahead from others and try to, prove myself as much as I can from since my childhood. And after 20, when I was 20, so I started voluntarily work. I started, I got a project, School of Stars Welfare Organization, where I have to teach to the students for 3 months English language. And I have to, find a school by myself. And I take my mom, because I was too young, 20 years old girl, because my mom was so worried. So I take my mom along with me, and we find the school for our students. Everything I have to work on solely. So my mom always said that, why are you doing this? You are making me uncomfortable as well. I cannot walk in a very, this, in a sunny situation, and there's so much, hot outside, and I cannot go with you. But still, she's a mother, and she realized that my daughter is facing a lot of things. So I always say that, mom, you just wait and watch. I will do something better. Please trust on me, and please walk with me, and I will try to find a way for my students. They are deserving students. They cannot afford a good, education, and they always find because that thing comes from my grandfather, because he does charity work a lot, because he tried to help some of the young ladies to get married. They try to help from the dowry and for their education things and everything. So I think that thing comes from the genetics in me, and I always try to help them when I see the a person who is not one of my friends was not she was trying to what should I call, to pursue her career, pursue her studies, and she was unable. He lost her father, and she was the only person who was earning that time. So I helped her because I don't want to lose her studies just because of the money and everything. So I started my foundation in back in 2021 in COVID situation. And again, my family helped me a lot. There are a lot of groceries I take to the home, and my families are making bags. And my uncle, my aunt, my baba, my mom, my brother, everything is going to help me out. And they were very excited. Oh, this gonna be happening. And the happiness coming from the inside, you know, we are going to help to the deserving people. And you know, when the the announcement went to the community, and they're coming to our home, and they're shutting our doors, and please they are asking for my dad, please, we want to talk to the Warda, we need this, my son is going through this situation because we need the grocery and everything. In this situation just broke my heart. And I was like, people needs a lot of things. And I just want to prove myself. If God send me in this, in this world, because, and when I will go back to the God, what will I say that? Because what I did in my community, what I did for my community, what I did for everyone, and I just try to help that. I don't want anything in backup, in return. I just try to give. Uh, uh, I don't trust on takers. I just want to be a giver. Just give, because I know that God will give me a reward one day. Because and now I'm working on Warda Community Development Organization. It's going to be registered very soon. I'm interacted with the government officials, and it's just my current project, and nobody knows about it. You are the first person who, with whom
love it.
Because that Warda Butt Foundation was not getting registered because of that circumstances, and the government things were very tricky that time, and they said the NGOs cannot get registered because of the so many things happening around that time. But now they suggested me to change the names, and the DG welfare associations are helping me out to get registered, and then I get the projects from the government officials, and they can they just try to help them, the poor community, the need deserving students. So I can so they have seen my work as well, because I have done in my past. So now they want to collaborate with me as well. Just this is our project, but I take the lead, because you can do better than others. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But that's how God are making the base for me as well. And now it's getting registered, and whenever I can get, I will write a proposal, and if I have a good idea, I just write it down and just send to the proposal, say, look, this is the proposal, and it will be a good impact on in our community, because it's just a community service projects as well. So this is the thing now I can do on officially. First of all, I was working on myself solely, and now I can do this thing officially. So yeah,
That is amazing. And do you see how, something that comes from the heart can impact a nation? Because I'm sure they'll pilot test it in your community and roll it out throughout Pakistan, hopefully. We'll say inshallah. But it is amazing to hear, and well done. And literally, I wish you all the best with that. And I think you said something, so I'm going to read it out, which is really important. You said the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. What do you mean by that?
I can connect in a very correct situation. One of my students, when I was teaching in a development in literacy in my early age, and there was a student, her name is Dua, and she was a very genius student, and she is the only student who is still connected with me. And when I taught her, I realized that she will go so far, and she's a very genius student. But again, I got a good opportunity. I move on from different organization, and then but she always connected with me. She asked me, Miss Warda, I want to take admission there. Please guide me, Miss Warda, which university is going to best for me? Miss Warda, I done my matric and got a good position, and which college you are going to suggest me that it will be suitable? Because their parents had guide me a lot. They always say that, hey, you just speak to Miss Verda and they will give you a good, very good suggestion. But one day she told me that, hey, she's facing financial issues, and she cannot pursue her education. And I was very disheartened that what's wrong. I mean, she's a very genius student. I cannot see that she is just stopping her studies just because of some money, because she cannot go to the university just because of money. She doesn't have a traveling fear. But it's not like that. I took the responsibility of my student and I said that, okay, I will bear your expenses, go and just go to the university and just try to work hard, and you just make me a proud because you are my student. And when you will become a successful IT engineer and you will get a good position somewhere, so it will be a very, 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 I cannot express my feelings. I will not express my feelings, how much I will be happy for you, because I can see you can go so far. So these things, when I give impact to others on their lives, and they prove themselves, and you just feel so happy that now you have done your part, and you are feeling very, very, very comfortable thing that you, just because of yourself, this person got their growth and they have achieved so far. So these feelings cannot express on words. So I always try to give an impact to the society. And when I see them, okay, you grow, you can make it, and you just make me a proud. So I just want to give an impact in our society.
That is amazing, and I think it speaks volumes in terms of who you are. The fact that you were saying you were able to say, you don't have to do anything back. This is all for you, it's for your future, and it's from my heart, essentially linking back to the work that you're doing within the community and everything that you did during the pandemic. I can see the entrepreneurial spirit, essentially, which links into the next question, because we've had this debate on the news, TV, podcasts, YouTube, whatever you want to name it, right? Essentially, and people say, you know what, women are still marginalized. I know you said that, we can see a percentage, but even globally, in terms of their salaries, that's still not making sense. What are your thoughts about that?
I did not get your question, basically. Can you please
So, women, they get paid less than men, statistically.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and also they might be in a similar position and they're still getting paid less, and they have to go on maternity. You've got menopause, changes in life, and you just want a career break because you want to be with your children. But when you go back into the world of working, or even in entrepreneurship, I mean, the lady who started the dating site and then she then went on to have Bumble, she went through some challenges as well. Yes, she was the youngest woman, in terms of the finances of Bumble, but she went through a lot of challenges. So the question I'm asking is, what are your thoughts on equality when it comes to women and men?
Nowadays, I realize that the women are getting their rights, because now I can see that if I talk about my society, they are getting their rights, because everybody is working on women empowerment. Everybody is working on the rights of the women. And if I talk about the pay scale, which I can compete with the males, they are also getting a good number of amount. I personally see that, and nowadays females are getting positions more than the men. And I, saying that just because of my experience. Because if you can compete a woman to a man, and they both are giving interviews, so they prefer to hire a female, and they have same number of experience, same number of educations, and same courses and same skills, they are preferred female, because nowadays people think that females are more reliable than men, and they are more what should I call, career oriented, and they are a word I'm totally forget that they are very loyal towards their job. Females are very loyal towards their job, but I can say that that's the only thing. If you are giving them a good number of salary range, so everybody can give their best. And if you try to negotiate, if the salary bracket is 2 lakhs, just let's suppose, if you are going for the position, then the salary range is 2 lakh, but the recruiter is trying to negotiate, they're trying to pull it out like 1 lakh, 120, 130, and the actual budget is 2 lakhs. So if somebody needs a job, they might join, but again, they will not do their job on a very core of their heart. They will not giving them the personal interest to the organization, because they pressure a lot and they give them a task a lot. And if you give a full range of salary like 2 lakhs, then they can bear their expenses as well. And she was like, hey, now I'm getting a good number of money, and they try to do the extra task as well, because they are happy for the organization, they are happy for the uh, but if you are negotiating and you are not giving them a good number of amount, the actual salary bracket, so people are not giving you a very good response from them, and later on after 2 months they just leave the job, and you'll find the alternate recruiters. So male and female, this is the situation of for both of them. And females are getting a good number of and everybody, when people are sending me a job request and they are saying, "But please post on your wall, we want a good employees for this position." And I always read a one line on female, preferably females, we are prefer for the females for this position. Why only females? Men are also surviving in this society. Like, I always try to make them realize gender equality means gender equality. Both men and women are same to each other. Okay? They have the same rights. Yeah. But we try to females to encourage them and to promote them, to make them independent. We are so much busy on this, and we are just forgetting the men as well. They are also surviving. They are also feeding their families. They also have their families. They also try to they have a responsibility of the whole house. And we are just people are forgetting to the men's right. They are just focusing on the women's rights. So that's the gender equalities went into the drain. So this is the thing I'm facing a lot. And I discussed with my friends as well, okay, why you only try to hire female? Okay, you hire a female staff, and most of the organization I have seen that there are 70% females and 30% male. Why? The question is why only? Yes, we women want our right. We women are demands to give our right, just because just like a man, they are getting everything, and why we are not getting everything. But nowadays females are getting everything and men are not getting anything. People are messaging me, Warda, I want to apply for this job, but they have written on their file that only preferably female. Why they're preferably female? And I asked to my friend, why you? Because they said that if they want to hire a receptionist, and once anybody listen a voice of female, it can be a good impact on a sales. It can give good get. So people are taking on a bad direction. If we talk about the communication skills, so communication skills can be a good for men as well, it can be a good for women as well. You cannot, it just a person just have a skill for convincing to the the customer. If you are selling any product and you want a female, because a person just will hear the female voice and they want to talk to them, and they want their but a person trying to say that the customer will listen carefully, but they think if they hear a male voice, they will not continue their conversation, and people think that's totally different. you are making a bad impact in our society. If you talk about the gender equality, the men and women are equal. Just give them opportunities equally. Not not just you just focus on female, you just focus on male as well. And when it comes to the male, don't focus only males, just focus on a female as well, because we face harassment as well. We as a women, we cannot say that if I if I consider myself as an independent woman, I cannot say that I did not face anything. Yes, I faced many things. I faced many backlash. I faced many harassment things. I faced many, you know, when I traveling on a like on a public transport, when I didn't have my personal car in my early age. I tried a lot. People are following me, and they are just sending their phone numbers on me, and they are just compliments on me. And there are a lot of organizations where I was working with a senior old married women tried to harass, and they said, okay, just friendship with me and everything, and you will get a good position. I said, I don't need a top or higher position. I'm comfortable where I am. Don't try to harass me, because I did not I was not aware that time where should I complain. Slowly and gradually, when I connected with different organizations, and I worked for a cyber crimes as well, like I organized a lot of different seminars and workshops where we highlighted that how the women can complain to the organization, because most of the time people are hesitate. They are just getting reserved. If I will complain, it will give a bad impact on our personal life. And when we talk about our families, they will not allow us to raise your voice against the violence. That's the only thing people are try to pull ourselves back. But I always try to raise my voice in gender-based violence against women, because we women want justice. We women don't want a toxic environment. We women want a very peaceful environment where we can work easily and just. But nowadays it is very, very, very difficult to find the suitable positions for us, because everybody's wherever you work, you will find a toxic environment, and you will find you will find a very senior positions who will trying to pull you up. And when you don't entertain them, they try to bullshit over you, and they try to demotivate you. They will not encourage your work. They will not appreciate your work, because you will realize, I'm doing my job very well, why I'm not getting appreciation? Because you did not entertain them what they want from you. So that's the main thing. It is very difficult for our women in this era as well, because we face a lot. It is not easy for a working women after marriage as well. We consider we are independent women, and after the marriage we will still work. We will take care of our child and everything. Still, you will face a lot of things after being a married woman. You will face a lot of things. Still, people will backlash over you. Still, will people offer you. This thing will never, पीछा नहीं छोड़ेंगे.
Yeah. No, I think it's really sad, and in terms of what you've shared, catcalling, I think, is a global issue. It's just one of those things.
Exactly.
It's evident, and like you said, some people don't know how to report the incident, and they keep it inside, and then you've got these blockers when it comes to your career, so you never get to where you need to be, which plays around with your self-esteem. So I think you've said it beautifully, so thank you very much for sharing. You'll be glad to know that this is the last question, and the question is, why did you say, yes, I want to go and talk about my entrepreneurship journey, my thoughts on gender, with Noma on PhD Hard Talk? What made you want to say yes, and what can I do better on this platform?
First of all, Noma, you are very dear to me, and you are just doing your great job and PhD talk, and you are just trying to give an informative session for your audience as well. And I saw your work, and you are just giving your best, and I personally love your podcast as well. And yes, being an entrepreneur, an emerging entrepreneur, I just and but I faced everything, and but how I became an entrepreneurship thing. So I just want to aware everyone, because people think that if we don't have money, we cannot start our own brands. There are a lot of organizations who are offering their grants. Just make your proposals and submit to them. If your proposals are up to the mark, they can give you a grant. Most of the majority of the youngsters got the grant just because of the good proposal and their creative mindset. So I just want to say that people, I have applied a lot, and I have also received a grant as well. But there is also a way, and there also a research thing. You cannot say that if you really want to become an entrepreneur, there is no excuse. You will find a solution. You just need to interact with the people, and you have a strong research things. There are a lot of opportunities if you don't. And so I just want to aware everyone, and regarding my knowledge, regarding my experiences, to motivate them. Say, if I can do this, so everybody can do that. You can also do that. I just try to give them a motivate. And thank you so much, Noma, for inviting me. And I just love to interact with you. And the topic we have discussed, and I enjoyed with you while sharing my thoughts and my experiences and the real life scenarios. So yeah, I just love it.
No, thank you so much for being so insightful. Now, for everybody at home, I know you're thinking, how do we get in contact with Warda Butt? All the information is going to be at the bottom in terms of details. And also, if you want to buy the perfumes, we'll have the link at the bottom in terms of where they can find the perfumes. And I think I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for your time and for being so insightful and for being raw and organic, because it's quite difficult for people to share how they truly feel about a situation. And also the fact that, where you've had a problem, you've developed an intervention. That is key. You do problem solution. You don't do problem. I give up. I'm folding my arms. You know, you keep it moving. So I think that is really beneficial for the audience at home, because life is tough. Life is not easy, whether you're in employment or in business or just breathing, it's just genuinely tough. And so thank you so much for sharing, and I wish you all the best in terms of what you do. So remember, hashtag project dissemination onto the world and hashtag sustainable knowledge to the world. So what I'm trying to do for the audience at home is to bring a bit of business, because as PhD students, we have startups and sometimes they fail. And something that I've recently learned for the audience at home is that being a PhD student is being an entrepreneur, because every day you're selling your novel idea and people reject it until someone says, wow, that is impeccable. So remember that while you're at home. That's why we're having a business hour going forward ad hoc. So thank you again, Warda.
Thank you so much. Likewise. So nice of you, Noma.